got the chain on edge system where the parts would physically travel on. You've got a spray booth and then an oven back there. So the idea was you would load parts, say here, they would pass through the oven to get preheated.
Yeah.
You would come around, enter the spray booth here. You could have multiple stages. You can run up to 4 guns here. You can apply primer and top coat in the same booth. It's a little tight, but otherwise you can go around another pass. So the parts would come, and you can see here, we actually have rotating spindles in the booth so we get better coverage while we have a spray gun set up here.
So we do IDs, ODs, you know, different part configurations. Or we can do both the inside and the outside in the same run.
Okay.
This chain can go, right now it's indexing, it's actually stopping in certain positions. You can actually run it continuous. The unique thing about this unit is you can actually run the chain backwards, which is rarely unheard of. You normally have to take it apart and physically reverse the chain. This one, it's pretty simple to reverse the flow of the chain. That way you can, it's just more control as far as the proximity from the booth to the oven running it.
So it lends itself for manufacturing too, probably.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's definitely
so.
manufacturing.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a smaller chain, but the capacity I believe is like 144 spindle. And again, Mason talks about the uniqueness as far as going both directions. So if you're spraying an aqueous or a waterborne type chemistry, you'd want to preheat the parts before you actually sprayed any kind of primer or coating on it. If you're doing solvent, you don't need to have the preheat. So that's why it goes both directions.
I see.
That's the uniqueness that you don't see in most chain on edge, that have the ability to go both directions without tearing it apart.
The oven alone is the key piece of this piece of equipment. I mean, it's a very powerful oven.
So it's a gas-fired oven.
Correct.
This oven will heat up in 2 to 3 minutes. It's very efficient. It's probably one of the better ovens that we have.
And it lends itself for a continuous process too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, they don't heat this building anymore, do they?
No, we heat up the oven if we've had
Basically,
fire.
yeah. If it's cold in here, sometimes we fire that up just to heat up this entire space because
Generates so much heat.
But it's a fairly good piece of equipment.